Welcome to Time is on Your Side, the masterclass interview series on how to find more time and make the best use of it. My name is Stephanie Reh. I am the accountability evangelist and your host for this series. Today, I am proud to feature Helene Segura and her fourth book, The Great Escape, a vacation planner for busy professionals who want to take a real break from work and life by Hacienda Oaks Press, have helped thousands around the world. Yeah, I could see that actually. If you may have seen my light bulb just go on just now, because the part I'm probably in the middle, but I was with you on the 3+3. In fact, right before this interview, I looked at my 3+3, so happens I have for the week. And I thought, when I am done recording this interview with Helene that I've been looking forward to all week, I'm done with my 3, and now I'm into my bonus 3. And I'm excited about that too, because I feel like, okay, I'm under control. It's only Wednesday. I've not quite translated fully to the daily part, but the new thing that you said that caught my attention is, if you're derailed on those top 3, rather than get discouraged, even though you took the time to identify them as the top 3, not the second 3, something happens that prevents you from doing one of those 3, then at least get something from the second 3 done, because the top 6 are still more important than all the low-hanging fruit.
Right.
So then you're tricking your brain in a good way into feeling like, yes, I'm still on top of things, as opposed to when you're not so good at estimating how long it's going to take you to do things, which is where I want to go next.
Okay.
In terms of you calibrating your 3+3, I imagine if you kind of overshoot and you pick really big 3 and really big second 3, you're going to get to the end of the day or the week, and you might not even get one done, which can really be devastating to your psyche. So what are your suggestions for calibration at the beginning, in the planning phase?
You hit the nail on the head in realizing what the issue is with almost everybody's to-do list. That to-do list is jotted down, and we've written down what action we want to take, but we have not included the time estimation. And that time estimation is going to help us create those daily to-do lists that are realistic. Because what I see a lot of people doing is they will literally do a mind dump and get everything out of their heads that they need to do, and they think it can be done in one day. Whereas if they take the time and look at their calendars and they realize, wow, I have 3 hours of meetings today, and I have 2 projects to work on. So that leaves me about 2 hours for my tasks. And yet my to-do list, if I were to do a time estimation, it has 10 hours worth of tasks on there. So I've already set myself up for discouragement and for failure. So that time estimation is really key. And when you start to do this time estimation, you realize you might not be able to complete a gigantic task. That task might have to be broken down into 5 or 10 steps. And maybe you're working on 3 of those steps today. But that time estimation is huge. And for those of us who tend to underestimate our time, I realized that was my pattern. And I realized what the ratio was of my time estimation. So if anybody else out there struggles with it, start paying attention to how much you underestimate your time. For me, my formula has become, I take my gut feeling and multiply by 2. I need to double my time estimation, because I realize that's how much I usually undercut myself. So if I think something should take 30 minutes, then the logical part of my brain kicks in and said, okay, you said 30, that means an hour. So that becomes my time estimation. So that way I'm a lot closer to the actual amount of time I need.
Yeah, and that's a fantastic approach, because if you go the other way and you cut yourself short, it's just funny how the brain works. You know, if you estimate something, you think it's going to take 20 minutes and it takes 40 minutes, then you're discouraged. But if it takes 10 minutes, you're excited. But it's a 20-minute task. It's just funny. But I think we do have to play with those mind games. And I know one of the things that you mentioned is mind management. So maybe you can talk a little bit more about that, because